Hey, YouTube peoples, anyone who's working on anything like a expedition, leaves like a 99, anything 99, 2000, 2001, 2002 expeditions. Well, actually, I'm working on an Eddie Bauer expedition, a 5.4 engine, V8 engine. Uh, what I'm actually working on is a Ford Expedition. And I did some kind of I'm doing some kind of work on the outer tie rod end, which is the driver's side, which you will see here. And it wasn't quite easy for the first go, around trying to take this tie rod off here. And what happened, it resulted to something like this, which is kind of hard to get off at first because this part of the tie rod end, which was in the actual adjuster sleeve, it wouldn't come out of here. It wouldn't turn whatsoever. I got it to turn a little bit and wasn't sure whether I should turn towards the fender or should I turn towards the well. I looked it up and I was actually told that the actual turn should be coming this way, like towards the fender, like under and over the fender, back towards the well. That was quite easy, but it still wouldn't budge. It wouldn't come off of this sleeve area here, which is the adjuster. So what happened, I end up having to remove this whole sleeve here along with the tie rod end, which is not a good thing to do when you're not trying to do alignment afterwards, which I'm not going to do alignment because I figured that if I have the steering wheel properly adjusted right, which is what you see here, is straight. The actual steering wheel is straight. If you take the steering wheel, if you remove the tie rod end and also the adjuster sleeve, what happens is the steering wheel will rotate to the left or towards the right. Mainly towards the right side is because that's where the other wheel is on. Well, I have some rope that will hold the steering wheel tightly in place. Right now, I'm trying to move the steering wheel. It can't even budge. Why? Because I have wedged it with a nylon rope that's based to the floor, like under the chair, that's held tightly to a pipe. And whatever you can find that this can work for you, which it has worked for me. In another Ford Expedition that I have, where I didn't do the alignment, I did a tie rod end change, and I did not have to go and pay extra amount of money, to go get an alignment, because as long as the wheels are tightly secure, they're straight, then you won't lose the alignment inside, within your car, which is a good thing. Back to the wheel. What I actually did, once I remove the sleeve here, the adjuster sleeve, from the actual nut. Now, mind you, I didn't turn this nut whatsoever. It stayed there. It loosened its way up because when I put some 4W, what is this spray here? WD-40. I put some of this up inside there, and I used a little bit of torch, just a little bit, probably 2-3 minutes of torch here to give it some enough for me to turn this here. And when it didn't turn no more, what happened is that, being that this was hot, I raised the bar of this whole tie rod and lift it up and spray along this here. I sprayed in here, lifted up, and the liquid was basically coming from here, and it was dripped here. When it did that, and while I was turning the actual tie rod, this loosened up. Now mind you, when it did loosen up, I turned this adjuster sleeve off. I took everything off and left the screw exactly the way it was. I didn't try to tighten it. I didn't try to loosen it anymore. I left it there because I knew that will be my stopping point coming back here. So once I put it back on. So now you say, well, how would you know the stopping point here at this adjuster sleeve here? Well, when I stop it here, what happened is that mathematically, as far as measurement, the measurement will stop here, which means that once I put the wheel hub back into place, it would allow me to give my proper measurement of where this nut is supposed to stop at, and where this tie rod end lands right straight in there. So that's exactly what I did. I didn't tighten this up. I didn't do anything to adjust it or anything. It fit right back into the sleeve of the car, in the sleeve of the knuckle here. Okay, this is the knuckle right here. It fit exactly back in place, which is a good thing, because I thought I would have to do a little bit of adjusting and things like that, but I figured, so since I didn't have to do that because I didn't move this nut whatsoever, then everything will be perfectly aligned. Now here is the actually beat up part of the tie rod end. I put some good work on this thing here. It's not a good pretty look. It stripped a whole lot of metal off of here, and I did some work on it, you know, to get that piece off, that sleeve off. I had to lodge it between two pieces of metal on the floor and screw it off. I didn't, you know, think to go to AutoZone or Advance Auto to go buy another sleeve, because I was determined to get that sleeve off. Okay, it has a little wear on it where I had to apply the pipe grip on the pipe grips, the wrench, and it scripted a little bit, which it's still fine, it's still good, still have a little grip on it, you know. It was just turning as I was trying to apply pressure on it and stuff like that, but it's pretty good, it's still good and everything like that. So I had no sense to go and get a new one. But that's perfectly fine. The wheel is not moving, you know, it's adjusted fine. So what I will do, I intend to change the other side of this the tie rod end. I am going to change the other side, because it don't make no sense of changing one side and then you don't go and change the other side. Okay, I do have another piece for that to change. I'm going to get to working on that as soon as possible, but this is the actual tie rod end change on the 2000 Ford Expedition Eddie Bauer. It's a 5.4 engine V8. There's not much I can say here at this point here, but once I put the capsule on, the capsule nut should be on. Once I tie the capsule nut down, I screw it on, then I put a pin through here. There's a pin that goes right in through here, and everything will be fine, you know. Before I go and do the other side, make sure that your wheel here, that the wheel is put on, everything is tightly put on place, put back into place, and everything should be fine. So you do the same thing opposite On the passenger side, you do the same thing as opposite of that. So you just take the wheel off and you do the same operation, which I intend to do. I don't tend to do anything different than what I did on this side here. Loosening up the adjuster sleeve, take this whole arm off here, and leave this actual screw right here. Do not bother the screw, because if you at any point try to move this pin and it turns and you forget that how many turns that you took it away from the adjuster arm, what happened is that now you're going to end up losing your alignment. You're going to really mess it up. It's going to be bad. Then you're really going to end up having to get alignment. So my suggestion to you is, when this sleeve comes off along with the tie rod end, the outer tie rod end, don't mess with this screw right here. Just leave that, because that's your measuring point of where you should be stopping at, and it's going to give you the exact alignment back. This knuckle, this tie rod will go exactly back inside the knuckle of the thing. So you wouldn't even have to waste your money or your time or your patience to try to get alignment. Okay? That's all I got to say right now until I get to the other side. Thanks for watching. I hope you like it. I hope it's helpful, that you can get some tips from this. All right, thank you.